Hey, what's going on? This is Stephen C. Raphael, the Omad man. And I'm brought to check one. Okay, brought to you here every single day to give you the OMAD motivation. And just like Mr. Rogers, every single day we got to go over a few things. First off, you take one plate and you pick a time. And for all you new viewers, you pick a window. And you don't need it if it's 5. You don't need it 4:45. You don't need it 10 to 5. You eat at 5. Okay, I'd like to thank you. I just got a PayPal tip from Diane that was very unexpected about a half hour ago, right before I started my show. And thank you. That was very, very kind. And she says she's listening somewhere from the East Coast. And I liked it. That was very cool. And I'd like to congratulate Carolyn. She just texted over that she is 124. So now I think she started off at like 160 or something like that. Okay, and also Dennis bought one of my cups. I think that's really cool. These are really cool cups. I mean, especially if you watch the show every day. And I have a series that, these are all the benefits of OMAD. They're not just promoting me. Look, OMAD is the life for me. So we talk about that. And every day I kind of go over some different things. And today I wanted to try to do, I do a lot of my same songs every day. He's a fat man. He's all that kind of stuff. And I'd like to play a lot of my B-sides today. These are, I got my hit songs and then I got my other songs that I just don't play as much. And I'd like to say I was watching some of my earlier videos, one that was 2 months old into it. And I kept saying, you're going to be hungry. You're going to be hungry. But let me tell you something, and I was saying stuff like, sometimes in the middle at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get super hungry. Well, let me tell you, that was 60 days into it. Now I am 228 days into it. That never, ever, ever happens to me. Never get hungry. I know when I'm going to have my meal, which is something you could all look forward to. And also, Amy at Creative Videos, she said that her stomach shrunk and she just can't eat as much as she wants. But she said, I think she said something that she did a cheat meal and she felt guilty. One thing about OMAD, OMAD is the life for me. OMAD. The thing about it is I have not had any guilt because I haven't overate or how many problems I've had in the last 8 months. I'm going on 9 months soon. I've had a lot of major changes. But do you think I was, what I used to do, if I had major problems, I'd go to the gas station, get a couple burritos, get a big bag of chips, and get some liquid cheese in a jar, eat the whole thing because I poured in. That was my solution. That was my drug. And so I just wanted to say, I want to talk about, in fact, you know what? Let's go on to a little bit of nonsense here. A little bit of, I used to weigh 200 pounds. Now I am down 140 pounds. I used to weigh 200 pounds. I used to eat a lot. If you want to lose some weight, let me tell you what to do. Watch my OMAD show and stop playing the diet game. Stop playing the diet game. Okay, I used to weigh 200 pounds. That's the name of that song. Okay, most of my songs are about 8 to 10 seconds. Okay, I'd like to talk about my dysfunctional. You're talking to someone who's been dysfunctional for 30 years. I couldn't do one day. And then it all started in high school when I was a singer in a rock band. I was like 125 pounds, whatever, and I was a singer in a rock band. Yeah, whoa, a little bit of AC/DC, Back in Black, I hit the sack, all that kind of stuff. And then, we went into San Francisco and we were playing some nightclubs, and there's these other rock band kids who lived in San Francisco. I think they were into like the Sex Pistols and all that kind of stuff, and they weighed 30 pounds lighter than us, and I just thought they were so cool looking. I started to diet. I was at a completely normal, healthy thing, and I just remember it all kind of started there. And then I watched a Michael Jackson video of, I think John Landis or something was the making of Thriller, and he just, he was running around, he was doing all this stuff, and he was having a little bit of oatmeal and maybe a little bit of honey and this and that. And so I decided not to eat for a couple days so I could get thin like Michael Jackson. And you know what? I hyperventilated. My mom and dad had to call the doctors. And so I would like to just say that, so that was one thing. And so I would like to talk about, I never really talk about this at all, because I go back and I remember what I did. But if you're a diabetic onset diabetic type 2, and you just, you're used to eating all day long, your numbers were probably a couple hundred or whatever. But if you just go to eating one meal a day, you're probably going to feel faint. You might, this is what I did. Oh, you're breaking the fast. You know what? I carried a little bottle of juice and I took 4 sips. If you drink a whole big thing of orange juice, it's going to go up to 200 or 300. So I just wanted to tell you that if you feel faint and stuff like that. And I promised myself I'll play some of these older kind of songs. And this is the only song that I play that I don't really, I have that I don't really play on the show is this one emotional song when I was in the hospital. And then I said to the nurse as I cried, I told her I don't wanna die. I told her I'd eat like a better man. I wouldn't eat like a clown. The thing about that is, the doctors come around. I just became like a file, and they're just like, they put these stents in me, and they just thought, he's got about another 6 months if he continues to do this. And that's why I pleaded with the nurse, I don't want to die. I felt really bad about that and stuff. So I usually don't play that song on my show because I always feel really awful. I'd like to talk about this guy named C-Dub. He's an active subscriber, and I think he's got his own channel too, which is cool. And he said, you've got to grow your fasting muscle. I thought that was the greatest thing. You got to grow your fasting muscle, and if it's at 5 and you make it, the first couple days, maybe it's a little bit before that, but just keep at it, And I'd like to talk about Andrew Carnegie. He wrote this book, Think and Grow Rich. And basically the message is, this is my channel, and this is something that I do every single day for the rest of my life, talking about OMAD. OMAD is life for me. And, I like to play and just fool around a little bit and stuff and talk about, I have 150 videos, and I'm going to keep doing this every single day. And, he said the way to become successful is help others to become successful. And so instead of me just spouting out all this information about what I did lose 60 pounds. Look at my faceation. I had horselatory and cowation, and 60 pounds in 6 months, that was an accomplishment. But, another thing is to help people. And I just wanted to say that, I'm giving you a lot of tools and stuff. I know I play a lot of songs and I do this kind of stuff, but you have to kind of apply these tools every single day. And I wanted to talk about this one party. I think I talked about it before, but it was about 6 months into my journey. I went to this open house and they had all this food and I had some of my students playing piano. And, everywhere I go, I'm the guy, playing, piano and stuff like that, Someone to watch over me. I'm a little lamb that's lost in the woods. I know I could always be good, and I'm always playing. I know thousands of songs, and I've done this for my whole life, and they were playing. And then I was standing over by I didn't even realize I was standing by this is one of the benefits of Omad. I was standing by the buffet table that had grapes and crackers and cheese and nuts and cookies and everything, and wine. Everything, a cornucopia of all this beautiful stuff. And some lady came up to me and went, is this hard for you? And I actually didn't even know what she was talking about. But if this was 2 months into Omad, it would have been hard for me. But, at that time, it was 6 months into it. I didn't even know what she was talking about. And then she told me the food, and I go, well, I don't eat till 5 o'clock. It wasn't even a consideration. It wasn't even on my radar. And, so that was a really, really incredible thing. And who's ever, I write down, I weigh myself every morning, and then I write down how many days I've been doing this. As promised, like my cup series says, we're going to go on to 30 to 40. But we're first going to do one of the songs that I don't play very much. She's got boobation. Her stomach is never on vacation. She's gonna die, and her family doesn't know why. She's big, she eats just like a pig. She needs OMAD. I just love doing these songs. There's a lot of other Omad guys if you want something more serious, but okay, I haven't done She's Big in a long time. Okay, basically what's going on here is I like to talk about, let's see, I don't know if I might have a cup of this 30 to 40. Okay, first off, you're going to look way better eating one meal a day. Let's see, and you're going to use a lot less toilet paper. And another thing, you're going to be able to walk. You're not going to look fat anymore. You're going to be able to get out of chairs real fast. Right after you're done eating, you're not going to have to lay down like most people do. You'll be way more into life. And another thing, check this out. I love that little Jerry Lee Lewis lick. Okay, and another thing is you're going to be way more into life. You're always going to be going somewhere because you're not going to be sitting around eating. Another thing about that party, if everybody's eating and you're not eating, and because the more you eat, the slower your heart goes. The slower everything, sugar comes in. You'll become the smartest one at the party because everybody's eating and getting dumber. Okay, I just thought I'd throw that in. Okay, another thing is you're going to, one good thing about another good thing, like 35, is you're going to have a specific time, and you're going to get to the point where you're going to be a selfish eater, and you're not going to go, they're all eating, I better eat. You know what? You don't have to eat. If that's when they're eating, that's fine, okay? If they're washing their car across the street at 3, you don't need to wash your car at 3. Okay, let's see. So, and another thing is, let's see, you're gonna have you're not gonna have a gut anymore. You're gonna be a lot thinner. One thing is, if you don't get this, you're gonna be bound to repeat this. Like I said, I've had over 30 years of completely messing my life up. And now let me pull out a picture here. Let me see. Okay, I like showing this picture. My daughter took this while I was just depressed. Look, I didn't even attempt to color my hair. And this was a while back ago. I spent a lot of time. Check one, I checked. Okay, another thing, couple little quick things here. We're up to 13 minutes here. Let's see, so I always go over about 10 of those. Are you a hamster on a wheel? I know I've said this before, but you could work out all you want. But if you eat less food, you're going to lose weight. That's it. Maybe the whole fitness industry is wrong. Maybe buying, $2,000 equipment in your house, and did you notice all the people on those machines are always so in shape and all that stuff? Going to the gym and do all that kind of stuff. All you have to do is eat less food if you really want to lose weight. Okay, with OMAD. I'd like to talk about faith. Faith is the evidence of things unseen and certain for what we hope for. That's what the ancients were commended for. Faith is the evidence of things. So in other words, faith, basically what that doesn't even have to do with religion. Faith. When you start getting hungry, for about the first 5 months into OMAD, you're going to have problems, okay? But you're going to get better and better. Like C-Dub says, you got to grow your fasting muscle. And I promised myself I'd play some of these songs that I haven't played in a while. Big boy, man, she's boobation. I want to... Oh. I want to date you, but first I'll have to weigh you. I want to date you, but first I'll have to weigh you. She looks good, but I'm not really sure. I've just met her on the street. I'd like to meet her, but I got to weigh her. I went into the little improv there. Okay, let's see. I think I did some of those songs again. So basically, faith, what I'm talking about, we're almost done with the show, is just have faith that the hunger is going to pass, because it will pass. Please post, in the description where it says you can buy a cup or any of that kind of stuff. But that's not really the important part. The important part is I have my email if you want to say something private, or if you want to tell me about what's going on. My remuneration, or my money from this channel, is you that is sending me messages and networking with each other, because that is the best thing, is having people, and like Andrew Carnegie says, helping people and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? What is it? What is that chick and the bird and the Easter's coming? And that's not an excuse to overeat after your big Easter meal, and you're filling your kids up with these baskets, and you got the, what do you call those, all those candies, You know what? That's their candies. You don't have to eat it because you've got full control, baby. All right, well, I just wanted to say one thing. I like you and I'd like to date you, but first I've got to weigh you. The Omad Man. All righty, see you guys tomorrow. I like you.